Hello, welcome to this video tutorial on Part B questions on options in psychology. This is from the Component 3 paper. These are what we often call those nasty 15 markers. They are very, very challenging questions. You only have between 18 and 19 minutes to do them, so you really do have to get a bit of a wriggle on with them. This is the way that they're normally set up. I've given you a sport example here, but I've been very nice to you here because of the individual situational debate is the question that I've asked you to do. It's just in a different context on crime instead. So let's go through what it's asking you to do. Very similar to what you saw with issues in mental health. So discuss means to evaluate. Strengths and weaknesses is what we're after. The key term here, the key thing which we are evaluating is individual situational debate. And our context is research into personality and sport. Okay. These sort of questions really, once you get your head around them, are not that difficult at all because you'll tend to find that you've got very similar things to say for an awful lot of them. You're just really rearranging things a bit. But let's just go through it anyway. We normally have like a three-pecker approach. For those students who I've taught this year, we've split up that P, haven't we, into identify and link. E we've called appropriate example, but comments have stayed the same. It's exactly the same sort of idea. It's just making sure that you hit this mark scheme by making a firm point, by identifying, first of all, whether you have an individual explanation, whether you have a situational explanation, or whether you have a combination of both. And then just simply saying, is that a good or a bad thing? And how do we do that? We link APMIDs to it, all right? So we always start off, don't we, with our a little bit of a little bit of a definition really of the individual situational debate. That's going to be worth a couple of marks, so don't forget to do that. But I'll rush on past that because that's not the main skill. The main skill is this. Okay, so you can see this here, can't you? I'm going to start off with research into personality in sport. That's our context. Really easy way to start most of our paragraphs, really. Takes an individual standpoint. So first of all, we identify the key term, where it sits, and we put it in the context of personality in sport. All right. Hopefully you start to think back, right, okay, didn't we do something very similar when we were evaluating determinism in mental illness? Yes, we did. We identified whether we had a deterministic explanation for mental illness or not. Okay, and then we did something else with it, didn't we? What we did there was, just before I do that, we just have to say why, okay, as it concentrates on the role of individual aspects of personality. So don't just say it's individual and leave it like that. We need to say why. Okay, remember, just go back to what I was saying before. What do we do after that? We evaluate it. So we're going to evaluate whether an individual standpoint, an individual explanation for sport, for personality in sport is a good thing or not. Well, let's say it's not, okay? In this particular case, we're going to say it's reductionist. It's a reductionist explanation as it fails to recognise other factors that may affect performance. Now, can you see here, this question could have just simply been about reductionism, holism, couldn't it? And all you would have had to have done was to link individual situational and then talked about either usefulness or validity. Remember, the individual situational debate is not in itself evaluative. Just simply saying that something belongs to the individual or the situational side of the debate only tells you something. It doesn't tell you whether that's a good or a bad thing. So you need to be linking things like reductionism or validity or determinism or whatever it happens to be, something which we'll evaluate. Okay, so this is reductionist. It fails to recognise other factors that may affect performance. So we are evaluating there, aren't we? Right. Okay, so obviously the context here is to do with Kroll and Crenshaw, isn't it? So that's what we go on to next. For example, Kroll and Crenshaw's study linked participation in different sports to the personality profiles of the performers. Now, can you see how that links back to the individual debate? Yeah, that's a good example of how we provide an individual situation. An individual explanation for that particular link between personality and sport. And then we've just given a little example at the bottom. Right, really important bit here. This is a weakness of research in this area, so you don't have to just include everything all over again because you'll just be wasting time. As individual explanations produce an oversimplified view. Right, where have we got oversimplified from? It's reductionism, isn't it? Yeah. Of the factors involved in sport performance and may produce explanations that lack validity. Always worthwhile getting a little bit of context in there as well. Okay, so it's simply just because that you see there is very, very generic, isn't it? You could say that about anything where you have an individual debate and you're saying it's reductionist. So let's get a little bit of context on the individual explanation fails to recognise the role of situational factors, such as the experience of participating in team games. There you go. Can you see how that gets a little bit more context on, makes it a better answer? The skill of the counter argument. Remember, you can go 4 pecs if you want here. Very often people find counter arguments quite difficult because it tends to take the point that they want to use next. However, in this case, it's not so bad. However, this individual explanation may be useful as isolating individual factors that influence performance may result in practical applications. So we've just said, actually, it's individual, that makes it useful. As well, it leads to practical applications, and are given an example there. So the next paragraph is likely to be on situational, and maybe the final paragraph could be on individual situational debates combined together, explanations combined together, or it could be another one. It could be you're saying that the individual debate is actually, the individual explanation is actually really useful. Depends which way you want to go, really. With that. Okay, right. That being said, then let's have a look at what I've asked you to do. Okay, here it is. Oh, it's got a bit skew with. Let's move that slightly. There we go. Okay, so this question here is actually from crime. Okay, exactly the same idea. It's an individual situation explanation related to the collection of evidence. Okay, so you have to think about where that sits then. So which one was the collection of evidence? Memon and Hayem by any chance? Okay, I think that's where we're going with that one, aren't we? Same sort of idea, individual situational explanation. I'd be very surprised if this particular answer is not in your model answer booklet. And again, if you want to go to Revision World to just check out what they thought was a good approach to this question, then do feel free to do so. These questions are difficult, there's no doubt about it, but it's really worthwhile getting your skills up with these, because this skill that you're doing here, this evaluative skill, this linking things together and making a coherent argument, is going to serve you well right through, well, certainly component 2 and component 3. Okay, good luck with that question, and I'll speak again for the Part C question in a little while.